Právě se nachází na náměstí Roberta Schumana v Bruselu. Konala se zde konference o snižování antibiotik v preskripci a pořádají organizace Eurocamp. Je to organizace, která zastřešuje aktivity alternativy v celé Evropě a možná ještě i dále. Navazovala na předchozí konferenci, která se odehrávala v Evropském parlamentu a které jsme byli také účastníci.
I'm working as a technical officer in WHO headquarters in the traditional medicine and integrative medicine unit. We have a very strong policy of advocating traditional medicine to member nations. In fact, WHO believes that traditional medicine is an integral part of the health systems, and to improve the health of the society, traditional medicines could also be used by different member states. In this direction, WHO has an international strategy, which is a strategy from 2014 to 2023. We are in the phase of that, and different phases of that. We are actually doing a mid-point survey of understanding of where we have reached in that strategy. And there has been good progress. The head of the department of the unit is Dr. Sang Chi, and he has been there for about 7-8 years, and he has been continuously working in this direction, and we are all helping him. And WHO, as a personal opinion, what I have understood is that WHO is strongly recommending that the member nations should look at the traditional medicine strategy and try to bring in as a national policy in their country. And we hope to help the member nations, or work with the member nations to adopt that policy into their country. That's all.
My name is Madan Thangavelu. I'm a DNA biologist based in Cambridge, and I've worked with DNA and DNA research for the last 36 years. And I have a wide background. I have studied agriculture, I have studied genetics, I've studied DNA and DNA genomics, and also worked in cancer genomics. Finally, I'm also an advisor to the all-party parliamentary group in the UK, all-party parliamentary group on Indian traditional sciences. And over the last 15 years, I work with alternative systems of medicine, traditional systems of medicine. And there is a reason for this. Modern medicine is based on principles that has been extremely helpful, extremely powerful for many aspects of human health. But there are an increasing number of areas where modern medicine fails. And these are the increasing conditions that we see in almost all the developing countries of the world, particularly chronic diseases, so diseases like metabolic diseases or dementia, age-dependent neurodegenerative diseases. Now, these are all conditions where modern medicine is failing to provide complete answers, and we need another way to look at the problem, and we need another way to answer these problems. And I feel this is a big area where CAM can play a big role. Early this year, we had the Commonwealth Leaders Summit, the 53 nations of the Commonwealth, the old Commonwealth of Nations. The leaders got together in London, and Prime Minister Modi and Prince Charles came together, and they unveiled a new Center of Excellence for research in Indian systems of medicine. So this is a major development here in Europe, and I think in the next few years we will get to see much of the research foundations for these ancient systems of medicine come out of these activities. So this is in brief this status in the UK. Traditional medicine strategy that will run up to 2023, and I hope there are discussions now underway to refine this for post-2023. I am very optimistic that if governments of the nations, particularly the health ministries of the nations, come together, sit around a table and express their needs, then we can come to very, very cost-effective solutions to many of the health problems that we have.
Yes, my name is Uwe Peters and I'm a biologist, and I'm working in the field of chem medicine for 25 years, and especially in the field of microbiology therapy. It's dealing with probiotics and the microbiome now, and this is one of the younger parts of complementary medicine. And I'm a member of the board of Practitioners Association for this therapy, and I'm a member of the board of the Association of Natural Medicine in Europe.
Fantastic. So how would you describe the situation of complementary alternative medicine in your country, briefly?
If we are looking to Germany, so we have a very comfortable situation compared with some other states in Europe. But if we compare it to other states like India now and to Turkey and China, they have much more impulse, much more impact to complementary medicine. We are losing at this time some of our pharmaceutical products. We are discussing traditional medicine in a way that there is a lack of evidence, but in my opinion we have no lack of evidence, because we have the evidence of the people that use it over generations, and that is a very, very strong evidence of this therapy in my opinion.
How do you see the future integration of CAM into national healthcare system, like maybe a wider one in the case of Germany, as WHO recommends?
Yeah, as we see it in Germany, so it is integrated, and we have to stay united, all these different kinds of complementary medicine. We have to find unique speech to the patient to make clear what is our idea of individual medicine, of salutogenesis and all these parts. So we have to communicate better, then we will stay with, yes, a better wine from the back, I would say.
Right, and to conclude with, actually what is the legal situation in the country? Like, I mean, any legal action?
Yeah, so we have the legal action, so we have three parts of this complementary medicine. They talk about phytotherapy, anthroposophic medicine, homeopathy. So we have, so it is a little bit easier to get products in the market, and it is legal to have it in the pharmacy. It is legal to practice in Germany, and we have this health professionals in Germany. It's a little bit special situation. So we are really comfortable, but it might be better, and we have to be careful that it isn't going down. And for me, it is a pleasure to talk to you, because it is good if we have other member states of the EU coming up, growing complementary medicine. So it is good for us to say, our politicians, look everywhere they want it and they are growing up, don't decrease it in your own country.
Fantastic. We have a lot to learn from your side. Thank you very much. On behalf of Mr. Thomas Leibrand and the Professional Chamber Sanator, a member of EU Health Policy Platform, we would like to thank you wholeheartedly for your interview.
Thank you for the question.
That complementary medicine can help the anti-cancer treatment, reducing the adverse effect of anti-cancer therapy, and they can be helpful for a cancer patient. So if there is something evidence, like maybe...
Fantastic, thank you very much. And would you kindly share your personal clinical experience regarding CAM?
Yes, I am the director of a small clinic in the hospital of Lucca, which is a town in Italy, in Tuscany, between Florence and Pisa. And in the hospital Lucca, we started this practice about 20 years ago, 1998. We had a database of around 6,000–7,000 of consecutive patients seen in this time, and this kind of work is made by me and other colleagues. We have this clinic, homeopathic clinic, is articulated in one homeopathic clinic, the other is homeopathic clinic for women, and the third one is complementary medicine in integrative oncology. I mean, to help the patient, oncological patient, cancer patient, to ameliorate their quality of life and to reduce the adverse effect of anti-cancer therapy. For the homeopathic clinic, we are working in respiratory disease, dermatological disease, gastrointestinal disease, and psychological disease with good results.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
I'm so sorry for this time, but we need you. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ton Nicolai. I'm a medical doctor and I'm spokesperson and coordinator of Eurocam. Eurocam is an European organization that represents the whole sector of complementary and alternative medicine, or CAM, in Europe, and it unites umbrella organizations of medical doctors, patients, veterinary surgeons, and other health practitioners like therapists who use complementary and alternative medicine, CAM. And our aim is to, well, we have different aims. One of our aims is to make the authorities of the European Union aware of the added value of CAM, of complementary and alternative medicine, especially when dealing with current health, public health issues like antimicrobial resistance, chronic diseases, soaring healthcare costs, healthy aging, well, these kinds of health policies. And another aim is that we are seeking, we try to achieve a situation where CAM is available, accessible and affordable for any European citizens who would like to make use of it. So we are organizing meetings in the European Parliament, for instance, with the help of supportive members of the European Parliament. We have meetings with representatives of the European Commission, for instance at the Directorate General Health, Directorate General Research, Agriculture, etc. And we respond from time to time to consultations by the European Commission on several health issues. You may know that the European Commission would like to have the opinion of stakeholders on chronic diseases, antimicrobial resistance, or whatever important issues, pharmaceuticals in the environment, etc. And so we always respond to make sure that the added value of complementary and alternative medicine is heard, that people at the level of the European Union know about it. There was a resolution by the World Health Assembly, which is the decision-making body of the WHO, several resolutions that urge the countries all over the world to integrate complementary and traditional medicine into the existing healthcare systems. So, and these resolutions were adopted unanimously. So every single country that took part in these World Health Assemblies agreed that complementary and alternative medicine and traditional medicine should be integrated into the healthcare systems.